I've thrown this back together now, cleaned it up and put it back together. That's all sorted out. There's a nice new green wheel come today. Green grinding wheels are soft. You use a soft wheel to grind hard materials. That's an 80 grit silicon carbide. That goes onto there. The paper backing's important, you need paper backing. That goes onto there. There's no direction rut on the wheel, so I just assume it runs in any direction. Just going to hold the shaft at either end so I can tighten the nut up. Right, straight away I can see the wheel's pissed, it's wobbling, it's not running through. I'm not very pleased with that. I don't know if it's the wheel or the spindle. I'll put a clock gauge on the spindle and then we'll go from there. If I turn it round, right, you can see the wheel is waggling about like that. It will be alright for shortening things by hand, but when I'm using the proper cutter grinder, it won't be alright. We'll have to address that. Right, I've got a clock mounted on the spindle. It's running dead true, nothing the matter with that. Right, that's good. It means the machine is nice and accurate, or at least it's running nice and true. That just rests on a little shoulder there. I'm not very impressed with that. It'd be better if it was resting on the inside of the bearing in there. So what I've done is I've machined up a little collar that will go onto there. So that's pushing down into the bearing. That's a plate that I had on the other motor, which I know is nice and accurate and true. We'll put the wheel onto that. I'm going to cut a little bit of cardboard. In fact, I've already got one with a piece on, just to help the grip when I tighten it up. And that looks better, but it's still not 100%. I plug it in and we can power it up. It's nice and smooth anyway. It's a lot better than it was with just a little tin mounting point on it. But you can see it's still got the wobbles. Most of the grinding is going to be done on the edge of the wheel. I'm going to have all the pure steel you can't grind on the edge of a wheel. Well, in the real world I'm afraid you do. So I think what I'll do is I'll throw this wheel up. I've got a little diamond. I can put a diamond in here and carefully throw it to get that side of the wheel running nice and straight. When you're playing with grinders like this, the dust is not good for you, and obviously there's big particles. You must make sure you wear goggles on a safety shield, safety glasses. I wear safety glasses all the time, but I'm going to put a full face helmet on when I come to grind that, or when I come to sharpen that. I've got a little stone dresser in there. That's actually a little industrial diamond in the end of there, into the collet. Right, so I'm going to gently run this up and take a very light cut off that stone. definitely not running through. I'm going to run the hoover as I'm doing this, just to try and keep the dust to a minimum. Right, so you can see it's touching all the wheel except for that little bit there, so it wants a little bit more taken off it. But not a great lot. Right, there's a little wee bit there, but basically now we've got a nice clean square edge on the wheel. I need to know this edge as well, and that corner there. This is the other tool holder. You clamp a tool in there. You also clamp a tool on one of them bars there. That's just so I can get in with a diamond just to dress that side of the wheel. Because if you're sharpening like a stroke cutting tool, you do one side on here, then one side on there. So we'll get the hoover again and we'll have a bit sharpen at that. Right, so if you look at the stone, you can see where it's shouldering up there and it hasn't been touching there, so we need to take a little bit more of it. It's just about there, a little bit there. We'll give it a little bit more when it is just about done. Right, that's good. There's just that little bit in there, but we won't be probably not using that part of the wheel. I'm happy with that. I'm going to do that outer edge now. It's actually not bad, that. It's got a very slight taper on it, but it's not bad. I'm looking down the wheel, it's running nice and true now. Right, so now we've got a wheel that's running nice and true. There's no vibration at all. That's kind of getting ready to start to be used. I'm going to put a standard wheel on the other end of it, just like a rough wheel for rough shortening. This is one of the original wheels. Sort of a medium grade one just for rough sharpening. I'm not sure how true it will run. It's not bad, it's not perfect, but for what it's got to do, it'll be perfectly alright. It's the other one that we need to run nice and true and straight. I'm going to put a side guard on here. And you adjust this stop in, or the tool rest in, as close as possible to the wheel, but not touching it. Well, it is running nice and smooth, quite happy with that. The original side guard goes on there, because they're only grinding on that part of the close as you can without touching, and you don't get your finger stuck between the wheel and the tool rest. There was some plastic guards that fastened on there. I'm not going to use them because I wear safety glasses all the time, and there's only me in here anyway. Once again, just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I have now got 100,000, so really the next milestone, I suppose, is 1 million. Anyway, thanks for watching.